and welcome back to another part in church modeling. So we cutted some holes in this tower using the Boolean modifier, and I ask you to do the same for the top and creating some other versions of the windows. So these are a bit more sharpened, and what I did was I scaled it a little bit and I grabbed the top and pressed SX to sharpen it and drag this more upwards. So that was pretty much it. So one more thing to check is everything needs to be okay before we cut holes. So when we go to the edit mode, we check if everything is all right. So the front looks good, but when looking at the left side, you can see this line is interacting with the window. And when we cut a hole, it can be a little bit meshed up. So what I will do is I go to the top view, edit mode, P, and selecting these vertices. We'll check if I only select these and nothing else. No, seems to be good. So now I press G, Y, and drag that to the left. And now it's good as well on that side. That's good. Right, we select the windows, check out if it is whole and it is tower. So selecting it, shift, right mouse button, and we select the tower. And we click Boolean. Difference and whole. All right, apply, selecting these windows, X, delete. And as you can see, we now have also windows on top. All right, so now I like to focus on the main building. So I have some sample images from the windows and I like to import it as a background image. So we'll go to the front view, pressing N, go to the background image, open, sorry, take a look. So I like to start with this image, open. Because this church is now in front of this image, I like to grab everything, pressing H. We grab the image, the window, pressing G, and we scale this a little bit. And this has not the right scale, but we can scale this back to the right size. So SX, and you can see it's a little bit different, so I need to tweak it a little bit. All right, so the best thing to do is we grab, so you can see how this works. Grab these, drag this a little bit upwards, and same for these. All right, it should be good. And when we take a look there, can need some change as well. I'll just drag this a little bit to the right. Fine. So we now have a fitting window. And when taking a look at the reference, there it is, we need to cheat a little bit. Because when looking at this window, that seems fine. But on the other side, you can see there is a different window because there is a sort of extra tower. So I like to use the same setup for this wall on the other side. Makes it more easy. Okay, so we make this smaller, pressing Alt H. Now we need to find the window. Seems to be it's there. All right, and scale this. Okay. All right. And a bit more. So we now have to figure out where we need to put the window. So we go back to the reference. All right, there we go. So the top of the window is in line with this border. So that's the first, so we can scale this a little bit. The challenge is this bottom line, because we do not really have, we can close all these images. So it will be a little bit of guessing. One more thing that I like to check out is the the space between the right and the left is not the same. We got more space on the left. So useful information. All right. And one more thing, what we need to keep in mind is that this wall is curved. So it's not straight. We can change that later, but it's not important for now. Okay, that is set well. So we will grab this window, edit mode, Shift D. Let me put it right there. Okay, but we're not finished because I now like to create windows for the left and the right. All right, we go to the image selector and it's all about this window. So we will do the same. I'll grab this window, Shift D. We get another one for free. We don't want it. Okay. Now we hide everything. H. Bring this back. And we scale this. So we have something like this. And this needs some tweaks as Z. And what we want to do is we don't want this area, we only want to have the inner side. So drag this a little bit downwards. That works very well. All right. So I check everything and it seems to be very good. So we need 5 from each. Go back. So many. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you can see, this window in the middle has a different size. But because we're going to make a portal, it doesn't really matter that we are using 5 of these. So I'm ignoring this window and making it exactly the same as that one. All right. So drag this to the left, Alt H, everything is back. We need to rotate this, snapping tool, rotate this 90 degrees, deselect it, we go to the side view and scale it. All right, again, we need to, I like to do is using the array. I want 5 windows. So I prefer having the same size between it now. All right. And this can be a little bit tricky. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lot of space between because we have these bears over there. I think I'm going to change the portal. Yeah, seems to be the best idea. So a little bit more space. Like press Shift and you have more control on this. Because if you don't select, it's really rough. Shift will help you with smooth the movement. All right. Okay. And one more thing to keep in mind, it's no big deal if it is not exactly the same, because you also want a little bit of your own design in it. So I'm now selecting this side portal. That's fine. All right, one more check. So there is some space, but it's, I think, 1/3 of the complete wall. Is that right? Yeah, I think we're pretty close. And are these windows on the same level? That's important to check out as well. You see, everything is modeled from. Oh, that's a good. This is on the same line, so I like to grab the window and make it a we can make it bigger, but all right. Yeah, what I will do is I select these and a little bit of that, and select these, both of them, and lower it. So both have a little bit of correction. It's always better than make this bigger. Okay, I like to check one more thing. That's the top, if we have enough space over there. So there needs to be some space for these borders, the brick border. So that's really tight. What I will do is I'll grab these and oops. Okay, that should do. So shift, well, shift D, and we're going to rotate this snapping tool. Deselect the snapping tool, and I like to put them in the same position. Yes. All right. So we're not finished yet. What I like to do right now is add some extra lines. So one right there, and two more up here. Scale it a little bit down. And I like to have one on top right there, so we have more control when editing. All right, and I like to have one over there as well. Same for this side. Maybe I can tweak this in a minute. Then I like to remove this line, X edge loop, because I will add some more and I will like to have the control. I start with 2 and SX, oh, SY, and it needs to be right there. Good. Okay, and now I like to have on between every window one cut. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. That should work. You can choose to select it and put them exactly in the middle. So now you have fully control when editing the texture when we start with it. Seems to be fine on this side as well. And let's take these vertices, and these as well, as X. Right there. Okay. And a little bit scared that this is interacting, but I think that will be fine. One edge loop over there, so we can make it a bit curvy in the end. So also one more over there, so we can tweak the wall when it's finished, make it a little bit broken. Okay, before we cut holes, we check if the scale is still right. Yeah, Windows, Control A. Well, first apply the array, apply, and we join everything together. Control J, and now Control A, rotation and scale. So to finish it, name it hole, just to get an idea. Check if everything is set well. Yes, seems to be good as well from this position. All right, there we go. So we select the windows, selecting the main building. We go to the Boolean. We select hole, difference, and apply, and remove it. And check if everything is still looking well. So we do not have strange. Even for this side, it looks pretty nice. No big deals. Fine. All right, this is the end of this part of church design. In the next one, we will focus on adding the holes on the rear building, and yeah, then we get closer to the final setup and switching to texturing, what will be also a challenge. All right, see you in the next video, and I hope this worked out for you. Bye bye.